Welcome back to the Olga S Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? And welcome to Tom's Friday, every second Friday of the month. It's always Tom's Friday. Tom MacDonald. Anything and everything about Tom MacDonald's. New drops, you name it. And I thank you in advance for always giving me recommendations, voting, the whole nine. If you haven't been here before, awesome to have you. If it's your first time here, clearly. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Make sure to comment. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them and I will respond. Of course, members get priorities. Super chats get priorities. Rumble rants, you name it. I am live on Rumble, on Twitch, YouTube. And hey, share this. Share this on social media. In fact, take a picture, like a screenshot or something, and tag me. And I will share it on my social media. Seriously. Like, let's do this. It's so... Like, I haven't said that once, and it just came to me right now. Also, real quick, let me see. Give me 1 second. I know I always say that, right? Welcome back. Welcome back. So I'll look at your chats in a minute, see who's with me live. You know, it's us being live together that makes it all possible. Raw reactions to everything and anything, pretty much, here on the Olga S Show. I'm also, check out my podcast. I'm on Apple, Spotify, you name it. Check it out. Let's see. What else? Did I cover everything? But definitely tag me. Tag me. And in fact, when I take a break during the live, if I already have a tag or whatever, I'll see if I can get a second and share some of them, both in the live and on social media. Become a member if you haven't become a member. Support the work. Independent media. And I'm community funded. So there's so many ways to help support the channel. The links are in the description below. But just liking this video, sharing this content, just watching it, all of it, right? It all matters. So, and join me on Locals for behind the scenes. I have a plan tomorrow. I'm going to be, weather permitting, I'm going to be out talking to some strange people in the park here in Center City, Philadelphia. And you're going to get to see how I am on the street. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you're going to see. You're just going to be there. It's going to be fun. What else? Well, before I start, let me check in. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Victor. Ashes to Ashes, the Major. Great to see you guys. How you doing? How's your day going? Yeah, I got a little festive here. Like I'm going out, like I have a hot date or anything, but no, it's not true. I was just like, I had this like, I don't know, 70s/80s kind of feeling. So I got all like ooper duper loaded. I don't know. I might look like Cruella de Vil or some shit, right? Well, I hope it makes you smile. Or it's amusing for you to look at. Whatever it does for you. May it be positive. So I have a clip from Tom MacDonald, and I believe it was Tanya. I haven't seen it. I have no idea really what it is. So it's like all my reactions pretty much are first-time reactions, and I have not. Let me make sure you guys, can you guys see this? So the 2 new albums lips dropped, and it's like 3 minutes 54 seconds long, I think. But hey, Tanya, is this because this is the copy paste link that you posted on the comments? I just want to make sure, is this the right one? Because you mentioned something about motivational. So I'm like, oh, this is super interesting. Totally up my alley, I'm thinking, right? Tanya, let's see. Hey, the Rational Texan, welcome. Hey, thank you. Oh man, you feeling me? Yeah, I'm rocking it. That's the vibe I was getting. Like, yeah, rock it, baby. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care about age. I don't care if I'm like, show my age. Proud of myself. It's funny when people ask me if I would have done work. Nope, nothing. Do not like needles of any kind. So I'm definitely not getting anything. Nobody's touching my face with any needles. And unless it's like, something that I have to do to survive, and nobody's cutting me. Ain't going to happen. I believe on aging gracefully and having fun. That's the thing. If anything, I hope I inspire people to like never lose the youth, because the soul never ages. You notice that, right? How many times you hear older people always say that, right? They're like, I might look old. My eyes still look at, especially men. They're like, my eyes still look at, young ladies, although I know, they're too young for me, but I still, my eyes are still 20 something years old, and I'm like, they're like 50, 60, 80, on a healthy note. So what am I going to talk about? So obviously we're going to share this, and, but I'm going to start out with some couple funny clips. I'm kind of like on the fence with them because it's got to do with some kind of trans stuff, but oh man. And you know how YouTube treats all that bullshit. So let's hope that I won't have any issues. And I wanted to share a clip of like, remember what I talked about that hacker that exposed some, vile darkness, and I recommended you guys watch it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched pretty much half of it, and I timestamped it to like, but I don't know. I think I might have to dedicate an entire live stream to this. So let's see. Well, let's start with this Kamala Harris clip that I found. Because seriously, what's wrong with this woman? Check this out. I don't think it's funny, but it's like, watch. Let me see.
Context.
All right.
Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you. Everything is in context.
Guys, not to be projector or anything like this, but doesn't this sound like she's like under the influence? Like we already know she's dumb and she just talks to talk just to like fill space and drain the energy of people's consciousness, to say the least. But this one, I'm like, what? Oh my God, man. But I'm happy that more and more clips are coming out of all the people out there. I don't care who you are, but that sooner or later the truth comes out. And when you're not a good person, you can't fake it. You can't hide it. I don't even care how much you try to edit that. Of course, what's the other part of the big news today? Twitter's, let me see again. I don't want to say the CEO. Is she the new CEO? Watch this. Right? Linda Yaccarino, whatever. So Luke Rudakowski posted, how she used to work for NBC. I'm like, oh my God. So then, of course, everybody's like talking about, oh, we're all getting banned again. But Elon responded and said that will not be the case. And he tagged Luke back. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to take that. Just check. Let's see if that's true. Let's see what happens. But weird. And then, there's so much. I have so many clips that I wanted to share. This guy on Dr. Phil about civil rights. I thought it was awesome about his take on systemic racism. And I'm like, I feel like all this stuff that I want to talk about will take forever. Of course, the border. I don't even want to share clips from that because it's going to kind of take away the fun of today. As you can see, I'm kind of troubled. I got a bunch of stuff ready. Let's see what I cover. Let's see what comes naturally. But let's go on to the funny clip of Chrissie Mayr, who's a comedian. I really just found her again, like I found most YouTubers in the last 2 years, because she does a lot of live streaming, and I have followed her. She has like different people. She's got like a simp cast. I don't watch them all, but when whenever I like the title, whatever, I'll click on it if I have time and all that. But this one I saw on Twitter today. Want to make sure you guys can see it. And it says, she goes, It's the long-awaited trans joke walk out moment from my show in Dallas last week. So I was like, to be honest with you, I wanted to see if whatever she said was funny. Period. End of story, right? So judge for yourself.
365 days. What? Like, why has it been a year of girlhood and still no tits? That's day one, okay? If I'm transitioning to a dude, day one I'm getting a cock, and I'm getting the biggest one you can find. Like, go into the back room, get me something black, okay? I have something to prove here. Why no tits for Dylan? I don't understand. Because he's a man. Yeah, he can go tomorrow. Uh-oh. We have one of those. I figured. No, it's all good. We can all have different beliefs. It's okay. Some of us can believe in reality and some of us can't. This is America. We should have different beliefs. It's all good. It's all good. Binary, we didn't have bisexual, we didn't have as many labels. It was just like, oh, you're not bisexual, you're just fun at parties. She's just a good time. Yeah, just like the real Princeton, I've let in some people I shouldn't have. I've let in some people because they were real athletic. You know what I mean? I saw potential. I let in some people just because they were Puerto Rican. They can't all be white, right? You have to see yourself represented in the pamphlet, sir. You can't, right? Because you see yourself coming here. Fuck the transphobe! Is that the best you can do?
You guys hear that?
Oh my God, I'm so sad. Make sure she gets home safe. I don't want those women to get harpooned in the neck on their way to their cars. I'm worried about their safety. There's poachers out there. They're gonna want their tusks. They were fat though, and that did help.
Let me tell you something. When she said that part, I lost it. Like when I watched this earlier this morning, I was like, oh my God, because I literally thought that as soon as the camera panned out to them, I was like, oh, and how, like, and they were all like, God, they can't even try to look good. Like, why do they have to be like these? It's not that I'm against fat. Guys, if you know me, you know I like fat people. Like, especially like my man, I like him chunky. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I can't believe she said it, and I actually thought it. Like, it's human nature, right? So full videos coming soon, but then she wrote a post about what happened later. She goes, just FYI, these women, in quote, went straight to management to complain and then proceeded to stampede, knock over my merch table. This is a conflict when it comes to comedy and leftists. It's just not compatible. I mean, I wouldn't have thrown the politics in there, but we already know that that's right. Like that's what it's turned into. That's what people have been utilizing it in, you know, but how does that help your cause to knock over a merch table? Like, how immature, how emotionally unstable are you? Immature, emotionally immature. Like, that's not going to get people to like you or to accept you, understand you, because I get it. For me, in a nutshell, it's when somebody doesn't get their way, this is the kind of shit they do. Then talk about some truth bombs. Here's a little clip from Dr. Phil that I also found this morning on Twitter. And I thought, wow, see? And it's best when somebody in their own circle that's being whatever they want to call it, right? Victimized. Sometimes it does work best that if they're bashing women should speak up and say the right thing, you know? If they're bashing men, you know, whether it's white person, black, whatever color, whatever ethnicity, culture, it's always heard best from somebody that's like from that group, right? But the way this guy said it and so short, I'm like, boom. Check this out.
You say you don't support reparations. Why not? not everybody suffered equally. I mean, when you go into
and that's something that always comes to my mind, like with the reparations. And the money never solves anything. It doesn't help anything at all. It doesn't matter whether you think you're on one side or the other side, or you're trying to tone yourself. No. That's the problem that we have. Money. Just give them what they want. Just shut them up. That's even like a little kid. And I'll just give him the cell phone. Just let him play with it. Just so he can shut up. And then what do we have? This is part of the issues with men today, that regardless of the women being lost in the sauce, as I kindly say it, for not getting more brutally honest, that, yeah, like, men need to stop. Okay, let's go back to this conversation. I'm going to get into the whole man thing later.
You say you don't support reparations. Why not?
Not everybody suffered equally. I mean, when you go into slavery, it's much more complex than white people were the oppressors and black people were the victims. If you dissect it, you will find there were about 3,700 free blacks who owned 12,000 slaves, black slaves. The question is, do the descendants of those free blacks who owned black slaves, do they pay? Blacks really benefited more the first 100 years after slavery we have in the last 50 years. I was born in 1937 during the Depression. Everyone in my small, low-income black community, 98% of the households had a man and a woman raising children. Elderly people could walk safely in that community without fear of being assaulted by their grandchildren. Never heard a gunfire during that time. Never heard of a child being shot to death in the crib. But there are 50 children today who have been shot and killed in our cities. If you talk about remedies, we've got to look beyond saying that every solution has to have a winner and a loser, that blacks can only benefit if whites lose. We have to be defined more than just victims of oppression. When whites were at their worst, blacks were at their best. When we were denied access to hotels, we built our own. We have to communicate to our people the history of how they achieved in the face of oppression. But if we continue to sit back and say all of the challenges that we face in out of wedlock births of violence, that somehow the control of that is in the hands of white America, and therefore until white people change, there's nothing that we can do. This sets up a terrible situation for this nation. The big crisis facing America is not racial. It is a moral and spiritual freefall that is consuming our children.
That's right.
The highest death rate among black families is homicide. Among Silicon Valley, the highest level of suicide, 6 times the national average. In Appalachia, there are prescription drugs. And so if we are to address this crisis that is causing our children to lack a sense of personal responsibility or value for their own life,
right,
they will take their own life or take someone else's.
That's simple. That's right.
So in order to address that, we must come together and look beyond race and realize America is drowning because it's in a moral and spiritual freefall. None of us should be defined by the worst of what we were in the past, but we should be defined by what we want to become in the future. And that people are motivated to change when you give them a vision of victories that are possible, not constantly reminding them of injuries to be avoided.
You say you
boom, boom, boom. What do you guys think about that? I saw some, I think that should be spread far and wide, 100% on replay. Should go freaking viral. End of discussion. I'm going to screen share some Rumble chats over here. Oh. I saw something interesting. The Rational Texan. Who's a member, baby? You know, members get priority. Super chats get priorities. Oh, so we're talking about Chrissie Myers. Love her. She was one of the comedians, and this is what caught my eye. She was one of those comedians that rose up to move against the V jab mandates. That's exactly like, I was like, yes, because I thought she was going to be another one, another like, it's all about, just doing her job, making money. And no. Yes, thank you for that. She wouldn't do any shows. Yes, I remember that, where the jab mandated, or prevented people from attending the comedians from performing. Yes. And yes, the Rational Texan. Yes, that whole thing. It is a cult. There's no doubt about it. It's a cult. And that just reminds me of Mr. Beast, which I don't follow. But of course, he's been in the news, people lashing out, whether he gives people money and this and that. But then when his little partner came and like, oh, I've changed. I am now a woman. And, he got some backlash. He defended him, whatnot. But I'm like, no, man, these people, there's something weirder than that. And when you just said the cult thing, it just came to me this morning that the Mr. Beast, that also the latest was like, he's buying a bunch of houses and everybody lashing him because he bought houses so that his employees have a, affordable place to live. I mean, for free. Close to work, to commute, etc. And it's like that same thing I keep saying. The road to hell was paved with good intentions. But my vibe that I was getting with him and that whole thing is a cult. It's cultish. It's weird. It's creepy. There's more to it. It's not just like, oh, Mr. Nice Guy. And like, I don't need facts. I don't need proof. I got instinct, intuition. Okay? Everyone should work on their intuition. Shut your phone off, close your eyes, you know what I'm saying? And walk down the street and just try to live one day, 1 hour, start small, baby steps, and try to use your intuition. Because it's like any other muscle. It doesn't develop unless you use it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. That kind of a thing. Well, thank you for the chats. Hey, but Tanya, did I get the right Tom MacDonald video? Let me see. And then you know how I feel about my men and the world as it is today. And there was this article from The Hill that I found from this video that I didn't want to share because it's CNN. But then this guy, Scott Galloway, who's let me see, making sure that I'm screen sharing. But it was actually a pretty good clip, but it's like 10 minutes long. And there's they bring some stats up. I didn't have enough time to really fact check to make sure that these stats are real. And again, all stats are fallible. They're never 100% correct, guys. That's the other reason when people are arguing like, no, I found this research. Like, you don't know. Did you do the research yourself? Yeah. Like we shouldn't be fighting over it. We can be like, well, there's an article here that says this and that. But here is a part where it says men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely. They stand at the vanguard of an epidemic of declining marriage, sexuality, and relationships that afflicts all young America. Okay, that's this article. And the article is a pretty good article. I recommend it to read it. And I think I'm going to bring it up a couple more times, but I'm going to chunk it. So for now, I'm going to chunk on one thing. And I wrote my note on this. Whether it's young men or middle-aged men, if you're watching porn, that must stop now. That's it. If you go, Olga, well, how is that going to change anything? Just do it. Okay. First step, just do it. No porn, period, end story. Not 5 minutes, not once a week, none, zero. Give yourself 2 weeks and you'll see. You'll automatically feel different. You're automatically going to look at the world different. Things are going to change just naturally. That would be the first step. When we get to that step, I'll give you the second step to that. But the reason why I say porn is specific is because that's part of your diet. What you eat, what you watch, it's consumption. It's lifestyle. So the other thing is stop eating fast food. Stop eating anything that's processed. I know I'm not a Miss Health Guru over here. It's not the point. The point is you need to cook for yourself or at least, chop up some lettuce and make a salad. Don't buy things in a box. Buy your meat, cook your meat. whether it's vegetables, meat, whatever your preference as far as, but your diet is imperative to mental health. It's not just about weight. It's about your libido. Men who eat good function. And by the way, do you remember a little thing called pheromones? Pheromones? You know, I say it wrong because, you know, English is my third language and whatnot for those who are new, right? Well, when you eat right and you don't watch porn, I'm telling you, those are two part of your diet, your consumption, that women, even the dumbest one, will sniff that shit out. And I'm just giving you like a very basic tip of the day for men. And even it's not just men dating or men that are single or sexless. This could be happening in your marriage, in your current relationship. You got to stop. That's it. Don't be like, well, you know, I like some, you know, box macaroni and cheese. I don't know. Guys, let me know. Let me know in the comments now. Let me know in the live chat. Let me know what do you really eat? What's your diet mostly of? And again, maybe some of you that are watching this video right now and this live stream is like, I got no problem. Everything's working fine. And I got a great woman and, you know, whether it's a wife, girlfriend, that's great. But clearly the majority of people out there, so maybe my audience is the one that's fine. But the fact that I did that video reaction of To Be a Man, I'm going to pull it up because I did mention I was going to share some of the comments with you guys. Let me see. Oh, wait, let me see. Let's see. Here we go. 1 second, guys. As usual. Okay. So here we go. I want to make sure you guys can see my screen. I don't know why I'm verklempt. I think I'm just really super excited about this video. I don't know what we're getting into or what we're going to be talking about with the Tom Friday video, where that's how we're going to wrap up today's live. I should have said that all from the get-go. I'm like, I got some clips, a bunch of stuff, and then we'll wrap it up with a big bang, Tom MacDonald and us talking. And maybe I'll be taking some calls today if need be. If you guys are in the mood. We'll see, because I'm not going to put the link in if no one's like feels like talking. So let me know in the live chat if you guys want me to take your calls later on. But after the Tom MacDonald, specifically, we can talk about anything. But we'll get to that. When we get to there, we'll get there. But all right, let's check out these comments real quick. So let's see. So, I mean, some of them are really nice and really good, and I greatly appreciate them. You know, beautiful to get a woman's point of view, heart. But I want to go specifically to the men that, you know, that's what that whole video was about, to be a man, right? Like the hardships and the bullshit, inequality, just horrible, unappreciation. God, we can go down the list, right? And this person said this song. Can you guys? I hope you guys can see. Kind of made it a little bit bigger so you guys can read it yourselves. This song just isn't for married men with families. It makes you appreciate fathers everywhere for what they do. He also has a song called Dear Mom, which, by the way, I don't know if I already put that in the vote the last time, but it's going to be, if it wasn't already in the last time, I am going to put it for one of the songs for you guys to vote on if you want to. I haven't seen it. Oh, maybe you can react to that closer. Okay. Just so you know, the men in this video doing the different jobs, that was cool to find out about this. Jobs are real people doing the real jobs, not actors. Super cool, right? But go on, let's see. Yeah, I agree with this guy or this woman, whoever this is. This song needs to be on the radio everywhere. Absolutely. And look at that, 10 likes. That's awesome. Thank you for the reaction. Hold on. I'm looking for specific, like, I was looking for men to tell me. Can tell this song is real because I kept on looking behind me to make sure no one was watching me listen to the song. How about that, right? I'm like, whoa. Thank you so much for your honesty. Men are just like a paycheck. Okay, so this is classic, right? Meaning, who hasn't heard this, felt like this, right? Men are just a paycheck for modern women, an ATM, if you will. Well, guys, you know, like when you take a girl out, or again, you're living with someone, or you're married. You should never spend your money if you want anything in return. And if you feel that way, you know, you'll find out. Take a person out to dinner, You pay for it. They don't treat you well. They don't respect you. They don't make you feel good. Okay, well, I had the dinner. Moving on. But if this is a comment based on somebody who's been married, divorced, maybe child support, right? Some kids, I can see why you feel this way. But like I always say, there's the givers and the takers, right? So I don't think it's all modern women, but I definitely believe that it's more now than ever before. Women now, for sure, it's like they think that they're worth so much more than they're worth. And they really like money is the only way for them to feel like, oh, I'm doing good. I can show off to my girlfriends or my family, whatever, that this guy's got money. But I literally have seen stuff, and I've seen it escalate in the last decade, of how women are literally like, it's worse than like the Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately, right? It's like, I get it, but it's like, so what? If she's a gold digger, right? Get rid of her. My thing is, you guys have power, so why waste your time? And I get it. You might be really into the person, right? Or maybe like they call simps, right? Or incels. But you guys have the power. So right there, I'm going, wait. You're only an ATM if you allow yourself to be an ATM. Now, if we're talking about child support in the legal system and how they milk the man, every state is different. So that's another like deep conversation to get into. Let me see. Since this song came out, I've been kind of following the reactors because I'm a huge Dax fan, especially the meaningful stuff he's been coming out with lately. I mean, man is always meaningful, but this is another level. Anyway, I was a little wary that when I watched female reactions that I would see pandering and condescending crap or hyper-feminist women saying it's not a real problem. Thankfully, all actions, every single one, has repeated what you've said. So that was cool to hear, right? That is a real problem. Something men suffer with, and we as humans need to pay attention. Well said. Look, she's got a bunch of likes, right? If you're a real man, you have feelings. This is how I've always felt too. So I never understood or brought into that mind mentality that a man is not allowed to show his emotions, which is a belief I've seen come from women as well as other men. And he subscribes. Super cool. But there's another comment. That's what I was actually looking for, of that classic where when you show the woman feelings, she doesn't respect you. There's ways to do it. And typically we just all learn. We figure out like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be over dramatic, and I can show my feelings without being a little bitch, a pussy, a little brat. You know what I'm saying? So there's maturity that's involved. And we all learn the hard way. We all like react in a certain way. And then we're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. Experience. And you live and you learn. You can't just get verklempt or like get in a corner and like, oh, I showed my feelings. And so many of the stories that I hear, it's like one time. It's not like over and over again that they're like, no, every time I show my feelings, it happens. No. So this is all to be considered. First of all, thank you for your let me see. I've been married and divorced 3 times. And when I heard this song, the floodgates opened. Yeah, I can imagine. So much pain came rushing back. Love the song. I appreciate Dax for the awareness and trying to open people's eyes. So divorced 3 times. I mean, see how the comments, or even what I say on the live stream, it's a small fraction of the real conversation. Okay. It's just, literally like the frosting on the cake. So like with that comment, all right, well, why did you get married 3 times? Or why'd you get divorced 3 times? Are you picking the wrong women? Are you, I don't know. Do you have any insecurities? I mean, there's so many reasons, right? So is it because he's a nice guy and these women, what? Do they get bored with him? Do they really like use him for his money? For example, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I would love to get more context of comments so I can help and discuss it. You know what I mean? But I've always said, and I've been saying this since I mentioned it in March, end of March, that, I'm going to give you some hard truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's for good. So I'm on your side, but we all got to fucking own up to our shit. And I'm telling you, women can't get away with what we don't give them. Just like, vice versa. Let me see. Society has eliminated the man, woman, children, dogs, trans people are loved unconditionally. Oh, right. That's what he says in the song. But men are called toxic in reality. So that's another thing that can be hours to unpack. So the whole male, the toxic male BS. If people don't prescribe to it, it's really not a reality. Yeah, there are men that are toxic. So are women, but to put it all in the toxic masculinity, we don't have to accept it. Like, we need to call these women out. We need to call them out, whether it's in a comment, social media, wherever it is, in your family, your backyard, your neighbors, your friends, at a bar, whatever. You need to be like, tell me exactly what toxic masculinity is, because, it's not even a thing. It's not a thing. It's not. Prove it to me. Prove it to me that toxic masculinity is a thing and that all males are toxic. And what exactly do you mean by toxic? Define it, break it down, or shut the up. You get me? You get me? It's that simple. I cut them right then and there. I would love for women to be like, toxic masculinity. If I get one to say that to me. I mean, it used to be where a guy did all he wanted was to get in your pants. And then you just had to find a way to protect yourself and not go there unless you really didn't care and you were just getting your rocks off. But typically the women, they didn't want to be used. Nobody wants to be used. Just like men don't want to feel like ATMs, women don't want to be used as a blow-up doll. To give you an example. Let me say, Olga, I think part of the difficulty is that relationships are tentative. There's no commitment. I would agree. People get married without a lifetime promise. I can't even look. Just my face. My face should say it all. It's just until you don't make me happy anymore. Right. In a world that everything is immediate gratification, that's exactly what happens. You call somebody back in the day, you waited days or hours, or you called and called and called. They never answered, right? And there wasn't not even answer machines until there were, right? And it's escalated. Now. Oh my God, he texted me. Oh my God. And that hit of dopamine, and it's all addiction. So everyone's fucking haywire. And how that you don't make me happy anymore? Well, because the answer to that, my friends, is that you, the person yourself, is the only person that can make you happy constantly and consistently. Period. End story. Now, if you're saying to someone else, you don't make me happy anymore, that right there is self-centered, narcissist, idiot, immature. I mean, I can give you a lot of fucking labels and adjectives for that one. The moment somebody would say to me, you just don't make me happy anymore, I don't even go there. I go, bye. I wish you the best. Honestly, I wish you the best. No problem. Go ahead. Go find happiness. Guarantee you're probably going to come back. You're probably not, most likely. No, actually, you will come back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So who the hell wants them? Let them go out. Let them get some lessons done, if they even learn. Because not everybody learns. Not everybody matures. Most people die without ever learning a lot of shit and never even having true love. That's the most of people. Most women, even to this day, with all the porn out there and all the information that we have, are still not having orgasms. So that's the thing. Men, we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about the fact that when you can make a woman orgasm and you know it and she can't fake it, let me tell you something. That's very, very powerful. Extremely. As powerful it is for you guys. Can you imagine if you guys always did it and never got to climax every time or 9 times out of 10? You wouldn't be so eager to do it. It'd be like, oh my God, like what's going on? Like, you'd be frustrated. It would turn you off. Literally, your brain, there would be a total disconnect and you wouldn't do it. And you'd be like, I have a headache. Oh, I'm tired. Or I'm going to roll over, And then you're like, okay, maybe I'll get her a couple of drinks or maybe I'll buy her flowers or get her that purse she wanted. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then she like gives it to you really good. But see what I'm saying? But it's when you have something good to eat and you crave it and you're like, oh, honey, let's go to our favorite restaurant. Oh my God, I'm going to order that, Dijon crusted salmon, It's the same thing with women. So guys, I'm telling you, one of the main reasons is porn, your diet, because when you're hungry, you become more masculine. When you're hungry and you're not loaded with chemicals and sugar, alcohol, drugs, all that stuff, all that shit depletes life. So get back into think like old school, think of like Native American Indians, like think about being on a buffalo. Well, I don't know if they ever really rode buffaloes, but you know what I mean? Where they would be on horses without a saddle. Okay? That's it. In fact, there's this guy, I forgot what the company's name, but he started developing these shoes because as the father was getting older and he was having all these foot problems, which most elders do, right? And then he realized that the reason why is because what were the orthodontics or, oh my God, I'm going to start saying shit wrong. You know that, right? Obviously not the tooth guy, but orthopedic, right? The foot doctor, podiatrist. Boom, it finally came to me. But so they keep giving these elders, male and females, these like soft shoes to make them more comfortable. And what this guy found out is actually it made them worse. And that we actually need to have like more roughness be underneath us. You get that? You feel how I'm connecting this all? So yeah. No, everything shouldn't be so convenient. You shouldn't click a button, open the car, the door, everything. All this clicking and clicking and clicking. Get up your ass. Move. Start a fire from scratch. Challenge yourself to start a fire from scratch. like back in the caveman style. I'm just saying. Comfort is not good, especially for men. And women, when they're being stimulated truly and they reach climax, boy, they're just like men. We fall in love. We're like, oh my God, thank you. I love you. Even if we don't mean it, which would typically be the male side. But now with the young men, if you have sons, nephews, younger brothers, you need to tell them this. You need to have them watch this video. So yeah, I guess we go on and on and on. I definitely want to get through all of these, but see what I'm saying? Like I want to honor all these comments. So I'm gonna pause here. I want to read your comments. I'm gonna leave it here. Or until you don't make me happy anymore. So when I give myself a wait, let me write that down so I don't forget. Oh shoot. Oh my God, did I lose you guys? My screen went because my forearm touched something. I don't know, touched a button on my keyboard. Anyway, so let me write that down real quick. And I plan on continuing this. And I hope you guys continue to watch this video, share it, tag me in it, share on social media, tag me, and keep adding more comments, whatever you need. And I would like to plan an entire live stream where I just take calls from men. So if you know anybody that might need some direction or just wants my point of view, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I want to stop this masculine toxicity bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's a complete lie. And I would love to debunk any woman that wants to challenge me on it. It'd be awesome. Because I'll do it with love and care. Love and humor. All right, so it's Karen. Oh, no, Carolyn. Oh, this is a woman? Oh, who knows? I don't know. All right, I made that note. Let's see. What have I missed in the comments? Any super chats? Any Rumble rants? It supports the channel, supports my work. You have no idea. Become a member. It's a coffee a month. I had this sad, scary revelation over volunteer recruiting is historic. Oh, yeah, I did read that. About the recruiting is a historical low in the military. Huh. Wow, sometimes you guys really do comment on. I love that, but I don't know when you're talking to me, you're talking to each other, and I'm lost in the sauce sometimes, right? So, wow, and I when I can, I will also watch the live chat replay, and I get a lot of intel from you guys. Tanya's like, I'm here, so let me see. Yeah, so as you can see, I would love to, this guy, what he said real quick. Like I said, the whole clip is not bad. I just don't want to share the whole 30 minutes. Let's see. Oh, that's what I did. Ugh, I kicked off my my whole screen sharing. Let's see.
Oh, it's been the chaser to it. I mean, to have an honest conversation about this, we have to be honest, and that is that men and women have different mating criteria. One quarter of men saying economic viability is a key criteria in a mate. 3/4 of women say that is important. And when you're on a two-dimensional format, where now it's 1 and 2 relationships begin online, it used to be 1 and 4 just a few years ago, it gets distilled down to a small number of criteria. Specifically for men, it's does she look attractive? And specifically for men, is he able to signal his ability to garner resources in the future? An average attractive male on Tinder gets swiped less than 1% of the time. And there's 3 men on Tinder for every 1 woman. So you've distilled it, you've taken out one of the key components of mating dynamics, and that is vibe, humor, body language, pheromones, the ability to be, quite frankly, a little bit persistent in the pursuit of a romantic relationship. We have no third places anymore, no places to meet. People aren't going to bars, they aren't sports league, they aren't going to church, they aren't even going to work. So it gets distilled down to very 1 or 2 dimensional attributes. And the reality is women are much choosier than men, and they can apply those screens, and they allocate all of their attention to a small number of men that results in just essentially at the end of the day, a lack of opportunities. Chris Williams summarized it perfectly. He called it the high heels effect. In the last 40 years, more women have graduated from college than men, and they're not interested in mating with non-college grads. They now own more homes, single women than single men. So what you have is women say they won't date anyone shorter than them, 50% of them. Effectively, what you have metaphorically over the last 40 years is women have been getting taller and taller, and men have been getting shorter and shorter. How many of us have said, I knew it?
That's one issue, but the other issue is that in a world of so much social media, of so much narcissism, of so much superficiality, lack of morality, that's the main thing I'm seeing in women specifically talking to me. I mean, they're not telling me that. What they're saying is exactly what he said about how, the guy's too short. Like, I need him to be a certain, like they want the shit a la carte. Like when you're young, you have that a la carte attitude, but now it's like cultural and it's across the globe. And so it's like, they're clueless of a real natural connection and real chemistry, completely clueless. So they're so deprived in so many ways as a human being, all their senses, because they're completely detached. They're like robots, brainwashed 100%. So it's more than just women today and this and that. I'm telling you, it's lifestyle, diet, food, how you interact. Like he said,
taller and taller, and men have been getting shorter and shorter.
Regardless if men are shorter and shorter. But again, you're not going to grow eating shitty food. The parents, what's wrong with the parents letting kids eat what they want? I get it. Oh, they're teenagers, they don't listen. Look, we shape children. It is nurture and nature all at the same time. We know this. You ignore a kid, you see what happens. You give a kid attention, you see what happens. I mean, we have the results. It's been there forever.
How many of us have said, I know a ton of great single women, they can't find a date? That's not true. They can't find a date. They can't find a man they find economically or emotionally viable. If we don't make a massive investment in young people and make more economically and emotionally viable men, we're going to see a lack of household formation. We're going to see a decline in the middle class. And we're going to see, quite frankly, just a lot of young men who are terrible citizens.
So is the answer to fix this economically, and who will champion this conversation? You felt obliged to compliment me at the outset because we had engaged on this a year ago, and here I am revisiting it. And I read into that the fact that you think that it's politically incorrect even to have this dialogue.
See, why does it have to be political?
You're seen as advocating for men because of the 300,000-year head start we've had. It seems somehow as anti-female. There's a lot of very unfortunate misogyny online that is masquerading as being pro-men. A lot of TikTok celebrities.
Well said. Masquerading as being pro-men. And what all of us need to do, the audience, the viewers, is call them out. That's how you pluck it. Just that they attack us for not agreeing with their whatever ideologies. back and forth.
Who talk about advocating for men. It's just thinly veiled misogyny. What do we need? We need more freshman seats in colleges. We need a massive investment in vocational training. We need to figure out a way to get more permitting for housing so young people can afford housing. We need to recognize our economic policies literally allocate wealth from young people to old people. The percentage of wealth that young people control under the age of 40 has been cut from 12% to 6%. These are concerted, deliberate decisions. We did away with the child tax credit. We don't want to make it any easier for people to have kids, but seniors just got their largest cost of living adjustment increase in history. We have made the decision to make it harder and more expensive for people to find each other, for people to mate, and for people to have children. And
regardless of what he says, we have choice. We have choice, and people need to get involved. This is serious. Like, it's a sad way to live, period. People are being born and grown, and they're now young adults or millennials, and they don't know what feels good. I mean, they don't even know what tastes good. Everything's also so quick. Oh, do this shake, do this powder, get a smoothie. Oh, buy some collagen supplements. And it's funny for years, because I love making soup, especially bone broth, but for years, meaning because I just like the flavor. And I like to use everything. When I buy something, I use everything, you know, like when you go hunting, you know, nose to tail. And so I typically been drinking, I mean, every week I have one soup or the other, whether it's fish bone soup, but it's been like since I was a kid, because my mom did it. It was cultural partly, right? Then you learned a liking to it. Then the next thing you know, if I was hungover, I'm like, gotta make me some soup, you know, not a fucking greasy burger, even if you feel like that's what you want. And so people are like, are you taking anything? Are you doing anything? It's like, isn't that funny? That now collagen is popular because of that, because it helps you stay younger. It helps keep your joints lubricated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not to mention all the hydration, the added hydration, whether you already drink water on its own, you know, collagen. I didn't know that. I mean, I probably did, but I didn't consciously make the soup and eat the soup for the aesthetic value. It was because it made me feel good and it tasted good. So now everyone's buying supplements. So again, nobody's fucking cooking. And nobody's like, now, okay, I'm exaggerating, right? Obviously not everybody's not cooking, but it's so much easier to just pay 30, 40 bucks, which is outrageous. It's really not sustainable. And again, and then the plastic container it's in, so you're wasting your money, all because it's so much easier. Just a scoop, a little water, done. Look, I lost all this weight. I look so good. Men too. Whether I don't know why I'm fiddling with my freaking hair all of a sudden. I'm like I wanted to get it out of my face, and then whatever. I'm back to the program. Okay, back with the program. Back live streaming. All right. Did I get a holla? Yes. Because I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to do Tom, baby. But just before I take a break, you know, get yourself something to drink, whatever you need to do, your popcorn, whatever. Go to the restroom like I'll be doing. Getting some more water. Well, this is actually cold green tea. Actually, to be specifically and 100% honest, it's matcha. It's basically like green iced tea at this point. I'm okay with that because I throw nothing away. I was going to put some ice cubes in it, but I was like, no, I already had enough complications this morning getting this live sooner than later. Okay. So Tanya, this is it. I just want to make sure I got the right link. And I'm super stoked, like, because I had no idea. And I like that. I like not knowing things. I like that I don't plan it. And you guys like put me there, like, check this out. Plus, it helps a lot of when I have to make a decision. Thank you so much. Oof. Yes, we need to promote vocational training in the major. I agree. It's not even, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's like, who cares about if we agree, right? Like, that's true. Men, become men, know how to fix a car. Know how to take care of a woman in the sense that, you know, can you imagine? It's like everybody's a princess. And then all these boys are not even princes. There's just not enough princes, right? For all these princesses. Weak. Too many luxuries, too much comfort makes people weak, period. End of story. Thanks, Tanya. All right, cool. Well, I'll just be a few minutes, guys. So get yourselves ready. This is the video that I'm going to be doing for today, Tom's Friday. Real live raw reaction and discussion coming at you live real quick. Don't go away or be right back like I'm going to be. And yeah, I'm really curious because again, Tanya, it's like when you put that in the comments and you said motivational. I mean, I swear it's like a hook, line, and sinker. I was like, ooh. So I don't know if you're reading me or it just happened that you said that. I don't know. We got some witchy vibe going. I don't know. But I got some good feelings about it. So I'll be right back, guys. Don't go. Be right back. Come back. Stay. Thank you. For real. I hope no one thinks I'm going anywhere. Like, I'll be right back. welcome back. Welcome back, all you beautiful, amazing human beings. I love you. All right, I'm ready. I'm going to jump right into the reaction, baby. You see it. Friday, fun day. Friday, Tom's Day. I know for some of you are like, I'm not really that much into Tom or like all the time. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. But for those of you that are Tom fans, which I believe is, I think, the majority of my subscribers, but regardless, even if you're not a Tom's fan, there's always something to learn or get insight from. At the very least, I think it's always entertaining. But it's the hashtag HOG that some cool beans, man, that you guys have introduced me to. I always say it and I'll always keep saying it. And I thank you so much. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Whoa, wait. Wait, I saw super chat. Now it's gone. Wait, or was it a Rumble rant? Am I losing it? I could have sworn I saw a Rumble, a super chat. Where is it? All right, I'm going to actually go to the channel instead of looking through the software I'm using. Or am I delusional? What's going on? I found it. Funny, it didn't show up on my... Thank God I saw it on my phone on my way back. And Tanya Gray, much love. Thank you for the super chat. You're the best. Hope this makes you smile, baby. That's the least I can do. Okay, let's go. I got it queued up. Here we go. I have no clue. What does it say? So it says, 2 new albums just dropped. Cinematic trailer. Okay, interesting. All right, guys. Whatever this is, you're going to get my real live raw reaction live like nobody else. And let's see what kind of discussion this is going to open for our live chat today. Starting now.
State your age.
32.
State your country of residence.
United States of America.
Ooh.
State your name.
I'm loving it.
MacDonald.
I forgot to tell you guys, for those who don't know, when I do a reaction video, I interrupt as needed, whatever comes to me, pause, and then I play it one more time from the top without interruption, so we can have a total different vibe, clearly. And yeah, and I'll timestamp it later for sure. You can feel free to timestamp it yourself.
Under Section 4A of the Restrictions on Freedom Act, established by the International Police in February of 2022, you have been found to be in violation of several civil disobedience bylaws. Inciting public distrust of the government, solicitation of confidential information, anti-institutional rhetoric, unauthorized assembly of civilians with the purpose of protest, and amplifying social unrest. You are a threat to world safety, and therefore you are being charged by the International Police for the
What's sad is how real this is, although it's got that sci-fi setting.
aforementioned disobedience, world safety, and therefore you are being charged by the International Police for the aforementioned disobediences. How do you plead?
You know what you call disobedience? You know what we used to call that? Freedom.
Yes!
And what you call inappropriate, I call necessary.
Boom!
And what you call lies and conspiracy and anti-institutional rhetoric, I call that the truth.
Boom! Whoa!
You guys really think you run the world, huh?
Chills, chills, chills. Am I semi-verklempt?
You think you can just bully everyone and cancel everything? You think you can just push us around so we all fall in line? Here's the thing. I've been fighting for the world for a long time. For the losers and the rejects and the outcasts and the forgotten. for the abused and the unwell and the disenfranchised.
Calm
right.
down, Mr. MacDonald.
No, I've been fighting for our freedoms and our safety and our survival and the way that we remember the world used to be.
Right.
I've been fighting for the world.
Sit down.
No, I'm not going to sit down. I won't shut up. I will not
God, this video's done so well. Like, does it not look like a movie?
quit. I will not back off. I won't let you destroy everything that people have spent their lives trying to build. I have fought for the world for all my life, but do not think for a second that I will not fight against it.
And this is like the real Neo, right? Like, this is like the real, not an actor who then tries to tell us how to live our lives or what to do or not to do. Fake. Pussies, too, on top of that. Oh, bottom feeders. Parasite slime. Got me started. Oh, no, I'm rewind a little bit. That's right. Like, the proof is in the pudding. For everyone else acting like, oh, this is right, this is wrong. Show me. Don't tell me.
For all my life, but do not think for a second that I will not fight against it.
That's why you're here. That's why you will never leave here.
You think you can stop me? You really think you can stop me?
The chills.
It's been me against the world since I was old enough to think.
Ditto. Not to make it all about me. Oh.
War, famine, natural disaster. The world has fought it all and won. The world is undefeated. We are undefeated. One man will not change that.
You see, that's where you screwed up. They say with great power comes great responsibility. You know,
The freaking chills on both my arms. Wow.
they say with great power comes great responsibility. You know what else comes with great power? Ignorance. Careless mistakes. The ability to vastly underestimate the people who you have power over. And I am not alone. You can lock me up, you can hide me away, you can shoot me down like a dog in the street, but I promise you, you cannot kill me. My word, my message, my vision, my spirit will live on.
I was going to say spirit. That's right. You can't take that from me. From any of us.
Me. My word, my message, my vision, my spirit will live on through Hangover Gang forever. And you know what? I guess you're not the only one making mistakes. Because when I said it was me against the world, I was mistaken. It's not me against the world. It's us against the world.
Oh! I'm like, shit. I hope. Oh my God.
But to answer your question, not guilty.
Oh! God. This is why I need you guys' support, because I got visions too, and I got so much that I could put together with sponsors and all that. That's the kind of content I am striving, as long as I'm alive, to produce, but not as an act. Just put a voice to the spirit. So he's got 2 new albums coming this. Wait. When did this come out? Oh, this was a year ago. Oh, shit. I was going to say, I'm like, I've already seen these albums. How did I? Right. I didn't discover Tom until about a year ago. Or no, it was in 2021. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, like February 2021. It was when he came out with the Woke song. Fake Woke. That's when I discovered him. And it was literally, as much as I don't care for this guy, Tim Pool, on his Timcast IRL, he mentioned this guy. I'm like, how do I not know about this guy? And I looked him up. Oh my God. Look. It's changed everything for me. Oof. What's up? All right. Like I said from the top, that was some good trailer. That was some good badass. Oh my God. I'm so thankful that you shared this with me and brought this to my attention, Tanya.
State your age.
32.
State your country of residence.
United States of America.
State your name.
Tom MacDonald.
Under Section 4A of the Restrictions on Freedom Act, established by the International Police in February of 2022, you have been found to be in violation of several civil disobedience bylaws. Inciting public distrust of the government, solicitation of confidential information, anti-institutional rhetoric, unauthorized assembly of civilians with the purpose of protest, and amplifying social unrest. You are a threat to world safety, and therefore you are being charged by the international police for the aforementioned disobediences. How do you plead?
You know what you call disobedience? You know what we used to call that? Freedom. And what you call inappropriate, I call necessary. And what you call lies and conspiracy and anti-institutional rhetoric, I call that the truth. You guys really think you run the world, huh? You think you can just bully everyone and cancel everything? You think you can just push us around so we all fall in line? Here's the thing. I've been fighting for the world for a long time. For the losers and the rejects and the outcasts and the forgotten. For the abused and the unwell and the disenfranchised.
Calm down, Mr. MacDonald.
No, I've been fighting for our freedoms and our safety and our survival and the way that we remember the world used to be. I've been fighting for the world.
Sit down.
No, I'm not going to sit down. I won't shut up. I will not quit. I will not back off. I won't let you destroy everything that people have spent their lives trying to build. I have fought for the world for all my life, but do not think for a second that I will not fight against it.
That's why you're here. That's why you will never leave here.
You think you can stop me? You really think you can stop me? It's been me against the world since I was old enough to think.
War, famine, natural disaster. The world has fought it all and won. The world is undefeated. We are undefeated. One man will not change that.
You see, that's where you screwed up. They say with great power comes great responsibility. You know what else comes with great power? Ignorance. Careless mistakes. The ability to vastly underestimate the people who you have power over. And I am not alone. You can lock me up, you can hide me away, you can shoot me down like a dog in the street, but I promise you, you cannot kill me. My word, my message, my vision, my spirit will live on through Hangover Gang forever. And you know what? I guess you're not the only one making mistakes. Because when I said it was me against the world, I was mistaken. It's not me against the world. It's us against the world. But to answer your question, not guilty.
How corny am I? What? Oh, shoot. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I watched this. I can't believe no clue. Wow. That was some good shit. They got to make a movie on that. What? Okay. I'm going to stop looking like a psycho. Again, looking like a psycho is not being a psycho. Okay, let's get this very clear. Don't think you'll be smart ass. Give me some comment. Again, you trolls, guys, if you ain't got something really good to say, don't bother. Trust me, because the shit that's coming, everything you put out there comes back. I don't care how much you don't want to believe that. It's true. For the most part, you guys have been really good. And I've really haven't had, but like quite frankly said, yet. You're not big enough yet to have some shitty trolls. with our community, how I welcome the let them dare and see how we react. No, because we're here for each other, and everybody wants that. Even the troll wants somebody to care about them. And I give you guys all the credit. You are making this happen in real time, real live. Well, that was good. Let me see. Let me look at your live chats. What have I missed? What's going on? Let me see. Oh, Mike Rowe. Yeah, right. The guy from TV show Dirty Jobs. I do like him. I've seen some stuff, and I'm like, that's right. Good. He's speaking up. See that conversation you're having with the Major, the Rational Texan. Thank you for the link. I'm definitely gonna use that. It's coming. So, hey, Henry XX. Extremely grateful for all you do, Olga. Ditto. Thank you. Tanya Gray goes, hashtag hangover gang in the house. Got my ski mask. Oh my God, it's so freaking awesome. Look at that. Look at this. How cool is that? Oh, I thank you, Floor Waldor? Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? Shit. We need more people. I have no problem opening my mouth. And if you guys are like, I'm not the kind of that wants to like voice it out there, but I got you. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. Because without you, I can't stand. You know what I mean? Hey, the Salty Sabbath. Hey, yo. Welcome. Sean Henry. I don't know if I saw you before. I think I did say hi, just in case. Carrie Lewis. Where you been? Oh, I've been stressed for weeks at work watching this trailer, which I have seen before, just changed my mood for the better. That's awesome. Thanks, Carrie. That's awesome. At Tanya Gray for suggesting this. Thank you, at Tanya Gray for suggesting this. Thank you, at Olga S. Pérez Show. Thank you. Yo, Ashes to Ashes. Tom rocks. Great video quality too. Yes. Should have said that. That was like Paramount, like Miramax, like major Hollywood production, like top. You wouldn't know the difference. Amazing. Yes. Well said. Well said. Well, with that, I hope I didn't miss anybody. I like to say hi to everybody in the chat in the beginning, mid stream, and at the end. I think that was the fabulous way to wrap up our Friday live stream of the second Friday of every month, Tom's Friday. Thank you, Tanya. Because honestly, I was like, what's it going to be? And I was going to put some more songs, and then you guys were going to vote for the next one. And I actually needed something different for Tom's Friday. And I know a few people suggested like that Scary Night one, but when I put it for the vote, nobody really voted for it. So I was like, well, it's not winning in the votes. It's not like I don't want to do it. But with that being said, thank you. If there's no other super chats or anything else or any comments that you guys want me to share through a super chat, then that's going to be all for today. But just for today, I'm not going anywhere unless I'm dead. Yeah. Make sure to join me on Rumble as well, because YouTube does whatever it wants. And if you come looking, you're like, whatever happened to her? Probably on Rumble still. But locals, that's a whole nother uncensored behind the scenes level. Join me on locals. That's the best way you can help me as well. Well, that's not the best way. Well, that's up for debate. But at the end of the day, it's your likes, it's your watching, it's your views, it's sharing this content. Priceless. And it's not because YouTube's paying me any money, because they're not. So, in fact, I have to have like 1 million views to make, I think, $5, something like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's not paying my bills. It's not helping. But yeah. And I'm being shadow banned. Isn't that funny with the whole Twitter thing and shadow banning? Elon says, no, it won't happen. I don't know if you guys knew, but Dr. Shiva put it out there on her Twitter and tagged Elon, like, why don't you hire me? Maybe Elon's like, well, this guy's got a lot going on. Maybe he doesn't really have time to like be the CEO of Twitter, but he never responded. And I'm like, Elon got it. Oh, man. I'm going to ask Elon for an interview, by the way, guys. I don't care. I ain't waiting until I get to 100,000 subscribers or whatever, 1 million. And by the way, help me get, we're right now, I think 2,500 after a whole year. Please share this content. Post it on Facebook groups or whatever. And let's get me to 3,000. But it's like, man, it's like taking forever. Nah. 100,000. That's my goal. That's my vision. Because then it's like, hey, I know that people out there want to find this and they're just not able to. So like Tom, let's beat the system. I can only do this much without you. That's it. All right, guys. Well, anyway. So I'm going to be on locals and I'm pretty much engaged, unless the weather's impeding or anything. I got a special live stream for you prepared tomorrow on locals. And whether you miss it, you'll enjoy the replay, because my goal is more like sticking you in my pocket and showing you what it's like when I go down the street. Again, just to keep it real, to show you guys how consistently honest and real, and that I'm the same. And even if on this format, it's not as real as in person, but I'll do anything I can to make it as close to real. Because it's definitely easy for me to be real. It's just hard for this kind of format. But it's the format that will definitely get me to connect with more and more people. So thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, without further ado, stay good. Stay in touch. Again, tag me, take a screenshot or even like video shot, post it, tag me on social media. I'll reshare it. I'll shout you out, the whole nine. I'm looking forward to it. May you have a wonderful, fabulous, lovely rest of your day, whether you're a weekender or not. I'll see you on locals. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you Monday. Oh, I'm like, what's that? What's that? A buzz. Much love. Many blessings. And I'll talk to you soon.